fascinating to me. Well, what did they do? How many personally sponsored? Now they actually had to get automatic delivery, these product users, right? And then they sponsored John, people that actually decided to do the business with them. On an average, they did 23 of those over the course of that 5 years. That they personally sponsored 23 people who said, I want to do the business. That's pretty interesting to me. Numbers game or quality game? You be the judge. And then the number of people that they have personally got on product. 47. And that includes the 23 there. 40 numbers game or quality game? You be the judge. Ty and I believe it's a quality game. We believe we want to teach you skills where you increase that skill set so that you can have better quality conversations with people. So here's a myth. I am not here to motivate you, I'm here to find motivated people. I've heard that. That was taught to me. I don't believe that at all. I want to find motivated people who are coachable. If you're here, you're motivated. But the breakdown is people don't become coachable. Oh my gosh. I got it figured out. I got life all figured out. I painted myself in this financial corner as a business guy or a healthcare professional. And oh boy, I still go back to remember the good grades I got in high school, the good grades I got in college, or the good grades I got in med school. Oh boy, but here I am in the corner. There's got to be a way out. There's got to be a stepping stone. Here's another myth. The money's in front of the room. So some people here in front of the room maybe are not making that much money. That's not where the money is. You can be a trained speaker, right? That's not what, in speaking there's great money there. Timing is great money doing that. But it's not a sign just you're speaking here that you're making great money. Where you make the great money is this, is your ability to scan people. That's why Greg has over 10,000 circuit group volume, because he's a great scan operator. If I were you, before I left today, I would ask him to scan me. Figure out how he does it. There's another great scan operator standing up right back there. I would have him scan you. Lisa's a scan operator. Laura is an average scan operator and just does it so many times that she's got really good at it. And now it's amazing. You think about it. She single-handedly changed how I introduce this to people anymore. Fascinating. And man, she's got charts and she's got all this stuff. She really, really has a lot of word tracking, isn't it? You should have her scan her. Didn't you have a good experience with that, Sheila? It's pretty amazing. And they'll help you do it. And if this brand new lady's going to do it, she's going to do it because Taryn, right? Because she's going to be a scan operator. And the ability to influence business leaders to take a look. You got to roll your boat with both oars, or you just go in a circle. You got to do both. Business people and non-business people. So this is a great one. Oh, I'm so good at that, right? And I've heard it up here a couple times over the course of the weekend already. Oh, this guy could sell snow to an Eskimo. You know, that's why people don't want to be salespeople. Oh, he can sell sand to an Arab. Okay, so that's what we do. We just, we sell people things they don't need. Because people do that, right? That's not that becomes a numbers game. That's a lot of Arabs that want to buy sand, that don't have a motivation to buy sand. That's a lot of Eskimos that need more snow, right? Even with climate change, they don't need more snow. It doesn't make any sense. It becomes this ability to change and to influence people. So here's another one. You're the messenger, you're not the messenger, you're the messenger, you're not the messenger. Just deliver the message. You don't have to worry about who you are. This is one of the greatest lies that have ever been perpetrated upon me in the last 11 years, because that was drummed into my head, and I don't believe it for a minute. Just get them on the phone with your upline. No, that's traditional network marketing. That's the hype and the scam and the smoke and the mirrors and the snake oil. Here, you're going to be the message. Because this is the fact of it. Here's a real hard truth. And this is really difficult for people sometimes. This is a gut check for people sometimes. Right here. You are the average of your 5 closest friends. Who you hang out with dictates who you are. Period. And what we have attracted by the person we have become. If you are a goofball, you have goofball friends. Period. If you are a pigeon feeder, most likely you like pigeons. Does that make sense? It's not my fault. It's not your dad's fault or your parents' fault or your kid's fault. It is your fault. And you have to decide, period, to do something different. And if people aren't listening to you because they're rejecting you because they don't value who you are, and you are the only person that can change that. Period. Isn't that a pretty hard truth? You don't see those people on Oprah. You don't see those people on all of those talk shows. Oh my God, I'm blame. To me, line them up and shoot them. I don't know, do something to them. It's just ridiculous. They're the problem, they're not the solution. And you and I are the solution. That's how strong I feel about it.
We couldn't tell.
Sorry, John. All right. So in doing this, we've learned that if we just tee it up real gentle, then all the losers will get together and we'll give them hope that they can do something impossible. But what we've really learned, there are some sequencing of doing this, okay? And the sequencing goes like this. You have to make a connection with somebody. And Laura's going to show us an example how to do that. And as you go through this sequential environment of 6 phases of being able to recruit without rejection, because that's our biggest fear is rejection. People don't like to be rejected, and this is really hard for me to do right now. Can I go back to me? This is what we have put together because if we invented it, it's because it's the sequencing of learning how to talk to everybody. Period. I don't like to be told no. Very seldom am I told no. Because I will never give anybody the next step if I don't evaluate them like a business person would do. Send me your resume, I'm going to read your resume, and then I'm going to call you in and I'm going to have a discussion with you, and I'm going to determine if I'm going to offer you the vision of my job. Period. And if I don't deem you worthy, I will not present it to you. Does that make sense? So in doing that, I'm going to try to find out, is there pain? Let me ask you in a doctor's office and you're sitting at the front desk and on the counter leaning and you're talking to the gatekeeper there. Hey, how successful is this business? Do you think the doctor is going to give you that information? You've got to get that doctor back in his office, away from his staff, away from her staff. You have to get them off-site if you can to have these quality conversations. And then we're going to create a vision. We're going to show them a way out, if they choose to have a way out. They may not choose. Perfect. It's okay. But most of the time, if we've done these first 2 phases right, it will just fall like dominoes. And it becomes, you watch this miracle occur. And we've been able to sequence these things and put them in together. And here's the things that we have to understand. Are they sequential in nature? Yes, they are. A few days ago, we were meeting with a guy that he was the PA announcer for the Colorado Rockies for 10 years, and then I think he went to New York, and then he went to St. Louis, wasn't it?
Right.
You know, pretty amazing guy out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. He scanned him at a Starbucks, and then he brought me in to do some validation and to create a little bit more vision for him. What do I have to do with that brand new guy? Do I just say, oh my gosh, Dr. Green, know? Hey, Jennifer, where are you from, you know? How are your kids? Are you married? What happened there? Blah, blah, blah. Where'd you go to school? Why'd you go to... I'm trying to establish a relationship of trust and respect and value. So I have to start the phases all over again. He's already done it. The guy trusts him, but he doesn't know me from Adam. But he's got a good referral. He's referring me in, and so I start all... I says, well, what has Greg told you about what we're doing, you know? Why would you be interested in it? What's your motivation? And now you begin to listen to him. So sometimes you start here and you back up. So they are sequential in nature, but we don't know how much time we spend in it. I haven't spent a lot of time with anybody here, not too much, and I feel pretty connected to most people. And you can do that in 15 or 20 seconds, depending on who it is. Right? The way you carry yourself, your confidence, your belief system. And the fact that we visited doesn't mean that we aren't going to come back to it. And so that, as we go down through here, here's the reality of it. Every business starts with a very freshman stage of this. Without exception, and there's no exception to this, everybody has to create volume.